One of the big advantages we have working with the Mars Attacks IP is the crazy shit that we can build. So in this devlog, we're going to chat about the design of some of the rides and how we went from the more mundane all the way to the weird and wacky stuff that we have in the game today.
Yeah, so I'm Sammy. I'm the art director on Mars Attacks.
And
Sorry. I didn't know how much of an intro to do.
how do we manage to fuck up the hello?
I'm Sammy. I'm the art director on Mars Attacks.
And I'm Paul. I'm the creative director.
So the very first image that we worked on was the key art. And the goal of this image was to get the concept of the game across and make it instantly recognizable.
Don't use so. That's a tip on the video that Bernard said is don't use the word so.
Okay, no so. So. Yeah, so when it came to designing the Ferris wheel, we were starting off with, an iconic, what everyone recognizes as a Ferris wheel, and I guess Martianifying it. This was the first time we actually had to define what the Martians' architectural language of the design aesthetic would be. This was the first ride we designed, so in hindsight, yeah, it's pretty shit. But this led to conversations on how we could make things more interesting and inject a bit more of the Martians' character and personality into the designs.
Sammy had the idea that we could integrate elements of human anatomy into the rides themselves, and that led to a load of weird and gruesome looking rides, which really dominated the skyline of the park and looked awesome, but that introduced another problem. With the rides being so eye-catching, how do we prevent them from dominating the visuals of the game and keep the focus on the gameplay around humans and their enclosures, their needs and their escapes? So one idea that we had to solve this is to unlock the rides through the research tree. So as a player, you have to hire scientists and experiment on humans within their enclosures to unlock cooler and cooler rides that the Martians can enjoy within the park. The player starts with a few basic rides, so for example the Ferris Wheel, and these are relatively generic, but as they progress through the tiers, they get more and more outlandish, gruesome, and visually interesting.
So one of the first human-themed rides that we did was the Helltoe Skeltoe. The hero piece of this ride is a big, horrible, flaky yellow toenail. A ride on the next tier up is the Dreadmill. And the concept of this ride is a play on the Viking pendulum ride. Swings back and forth. This ride kind of is suspended on a frame, which reminded me of a frame on a treadmill. And seeing as everyone hates cardio, I decided to name it Dreadmill.
Wait a minute, Scully. What's the point of this test?
No point. I just thought he could stand to lose a little weight.
The next ride that we designed that was a tier above the Dreadmill is Stairway to Heaving. This was a little bit more challenging because I struggled to find a specific human body part that could be the main theme of the ride. But in the process of sketching, it led me to think about fluids and what sort of fluids come out of a human body, and I landed on vomit.
This actually worked really well within the systems we already had in the game, because one of the systems players have to manage is the utilities. So this ride requires a water connection and perhaps a water generator nearby, and human enclosures also require water for toilets and washing facilities. The water pipes themselves present a security challenge for the player because humans can tunnel through the water pipes and escape.
Yeah, it's just like in the process of kind of drawing this shit, like you get really fucking weird ideas. And yeah, I can't actually, like I can't really explain where this came from.
I have no idea where this will lead us, but I have a definite feeling it will be a place both wonderful and strange.
But if you have any good ideas, put them down in the comments because we will use them.
Speaking of comments, then if you've been following the devlog, you know that we run a competition, and if this is your name, please get in touch and we'll give you a free Steam key when the game comes out next year. If you'd like to enter for this episode, all you need to do is leave a comment and make sure you're a subscriber to the channel.
This was basically.
Just got so in my head. Sorry, I'm fucking up this take now.
I'm like, how do... So is like the most important word in my fucking vocabulary.